boys. Hi, boys and girls. So good to see you again. I'm sure you're very excited because we're going to be able to put letters with our blend that we've been practicing the other day. So, let's start with just reviewing. If we have a consonant blend, that means we have two consonants before the vowel. Okay? So I'll start with this word. My first word is trip. I say it carefully, trip. I don't smush those first two sounds together. Trip. It. And so I hear four sounds in the word trip. Okay? So let's go ahead and bring those down. The chips. It. Trip. Now I want to write the word. As we've talked about before, when we write the word, it's just a matter of saying the word again slowly and thinking of the letters that go with those sounds. So if I'm writing the word trip, I just slowly say one, and I know that I need a letter for each one of the chips. T is our letter T. Is our letter R. That's a tricky one, but watch my mouth. Yes, it is the letter I. And the P, trip. And you can see that I have one letter in each of those, or I have something in each of those four boxes because I have to have letters to match my sounds that I have on there. Trip, okay? So now, if I were to change the word and make it be tip, let's try that one. T-I-P. I bet you already noticed the difference. Is it one of our blends? It is not. There's a letter missing. So this word is just T-I-P. Tip. It is consonant, vowel, consonant. It is not one of our blends, okay? But we can still write it. So now we have a three sound. So we only need three boxes to write tip. We say the word slowly. T-I-P. My brain listens to the sound and puts down the letter that it knows goes there. Okay? Very good. I bet you already knew how that one was spelled. Let's try another. What if I did the word... let's do this one. Let's do the word grab. Grab. Ready? Let's stretch it together. G-R-A-B. Grab. I definitely hear four sounds, so I need to make my chips match. G is our blue chip. R is our blue chip. A-B. Grab. And now if I were to write that, I know that if I have four sounds, I have to have four boxes, right? So I've got my boxes. Grab. G is our letter G. Grab. Grab. Okay? Now, boys and girls, I want you to think of how we could do something the opposite. So instead of building the word and putting the letters down, I'm going to write a word, and we're going to see if we can use our chips to help us figure the word out. And I'm going to write an unusual word that you might not know, okay? So the letters in my word are P-R-O-D. I don't want anybody to say the word, but there it is, P-R-O-D. Now, let's see if we can figure out how to build this word, okay? So we know we have a P, which is a consonant, so we need a blue chip. We have an R, which we know is a consonant. We need another blue chip. Now we have an O, and we know that vowels can make different sounds. How do we know this O is a short vowel sound? We can double check by seeing one vowel followed by one or more consonants. So we know that that is our short A sound, or short O sound. We put the red chip right there. And then we know that D is our consonant. So now we know that our word follows the consonant blend pattern, okay? And it has a short vowel. So we can look at the short vowel and say that sound, which is ah. And now we can go like this and look across and read it. Do you remember the other day how I said it was so important to have your eyes looking at the letters and saying them in the order that they are? I want to tell you that a lot of times teachers will read like this because they already know what it says. But when boys and girls read, they have to have their eyes on the letters the whole time. So I'm going to pretend that I'm a student. I'm going to look right here and I'm going to read this word. Ready? Let's do it together. Prod. Prod is sort of an unusual word. It kind of means to poke somebody along. Like you might have to prod your little brother or little sister to walk along behind you because they don't want to do something. That's that word, prod. Let's try another one where we start with the word and see if we can use the things we know to figure out our word. What if we did, let's see if I can find another unusual word. Oh, here's a really good one. Okay, we're going to start with this word. The words in the letters are C-R-U-D. Okay, so I've written it right there, C-R-U-D. Kind of a word you might be unfamiliar with. Okay, so the only way to figure it out is to try to build it and think about the sounds. A C and an R is part of our blend. It follows our blend. The U is a short vowel sound, and we know that because we only have one vowel and we have one consonant afterwards. Okay, so we can use our short vowel sound, and then we know that the D is a consonant. Okay, so we look here and we notice that this word follows our pattern. Okay, which means we know how to read it. Okay, because we know that these two make a sound each. We know this one is our short sound. Okay, so watch my finger. When I point to the vowel, you're going to say the sound. Good. I heard The vowel sound says Now we have to go back to the beginning and we're reading straight across. Okay, we're not sounding each letter. We're doing that in our head and we're figuring out the word. Okay, so now we look here. Our eyes are on the word crud. That's an unusual word. It just kind of means like icky junk. Crud. What is all this crud all over my table? Okay, so that was maybe an unusual word you didn't know. I wanted you to really understand how the chips help us to look at the parts of the words and to actually read them when they're unfamiliar. Okay? Boys and girls, you did a great job. Thank you so much.